All right, everybody, welcome in. It's been a very, very traumatic week. A lot has happened in a week. It's mind-boggling, all the things that have happened in a week. We're going to go heavy and deep dive into it. I know it's a lot still on a lot of people's mind. The assassination of Charlie Kirk and what it has meant to this country, what it has meant to individuals on both sides. We're going to try to go in deep into the evidence, what is being released today, and we're going to discuss what we think is going to happen next and how this could affect our nation. You are watching The Big Picture. Let's go. Come on. All right, everybody, welcome in. It's been a very, very traumatic week. A lot has happened in a week. It's mind-boggling, all the things that have happened in a week. We're going to go heavy and deep dive into it. I know it's a lot still on a lot of people's mind. The assassination of Charlie Kirk and what it has meant to this country, what it has meant to individuals on both sides. We're going to try to go in deep into the evidence, what is being released today, and we're going to discuss what we think is going to happen next and how this could affect our nation. You are watching The Big Picture. Let's go. Come on.
You're watching The Big Picture.
All right, here we go. Let's bring in the queen herself. There she comes. There she comes. There she is. All right, come on. Representing the Elevate shirt tonight right off the bat. Let's go ahead and say that if you can, you need to get down to Birmingham, Alabama, to our church for October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for our Elevate conference right there. Come on, she's representing. And we would love to meet you.
We would love to meet you. Please consider coming and being a part of Elevate Conference this year. Coming up so quick. But this is about elevating everything.
Everything. Come on. Talk to us.
We probably should have made that decision on our own, but it feels like we've been forced to make that decision now. So it is time to elevate. Elevate.
Elevate prayer, elevate focus. Keep your head on a swivel.
Come on.
I mean, elevate your awareness of what is going on. We live in very, very volatile times.
Very volatile times.
And I think that this was very obvious to everyone this week when a man named Charlie Kirk was doing what he always does, says, prove me wrong, showing up in the lion's den, the liberal bastion of what we call our secondary education system, which I call the programming meal.
Mm-hmm.
But
come on, that's good.
That's exactly what it is.
Babe.
And he's there, and he just gives his ideas, lets them give their ideas. And instead of debating, they took his life.
Absolutely.
And it is absolutely disgusting to see some of the responses that we're seeing. But here's what's disgusting for me. And we're going to go way in it. And I've already covered it on my show already. In a previous show, we're going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to be unapologetic. The disgusting thing to me is the response of many preachers and the Christians, and how those that were vile in their responses was one thing, but the silence is another thing. That we just came out of a Sunday. Yesterday was a Sunday, first Sunday since all this happened. Mm-hmm. And I'm not.
We will be right back. We have a brief word from today's sponsor. The stock market already has rate cuts priced in, but this should concern you. History shows that the three biggest stock market crashes in 1929, 2000, and 2008 all happened after the first rate cut. When the Fed begins cutting rates, it signals a very dangerous moment. The market could be facing a crisis on the scale of 2008 combined with 1970-style inflation. Adding to this, September and October are historically the worst-performing months for the stock market. Major financial institutions like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and UBS are all recommending buying gold. In 2025, gold has already outperformed stocks, bonds, and even Bitcoin. Meanwhile, our national debt has surpassed $37 trillion with no signs of slowing down. JP Morgan warns that rate cuts will only fuel further inflation, while Bloomberg, JP Morgan, and Bank of America all forecast gold reaching $4,000 an ounce by 2026. With banks projecting a 20% gain in gold and the Wall Street Journal calling silver the trade of the decade, now is not the time to hesitate. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Mention Destiny Image, and you'll always get best-in-class service from Patriots protecting Patriots. Patriot Gold Group offers the no-fee-for-life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be held in physical gold and silver, and you may be eligible for the no-fee-for-life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Call 1-888-450-6380 for a free investor guide today. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated Goldie IRA dealer 9 years in a row. Call 1-888-450-6380.
All right, everybody, welcome in. It's been a very, very traumatic week. A lot has happened in a week. It's mind-boggling, all the things that have happened in a week. We're going to go heavy and deep dive into it. I know it's a lot still on a lot of people's mind. The assassination of Charlie Kirk and what it has meant to this country, what it has meant to individuals on both sides. We're going to try to go in deep into the evidence, what is being released today, and we're going to discuss what we think is going to happen next and how this could affect our nation. You are watching The Big Picture. Let's go. Come on.
You're watching The Big Picture.
All right, here we go. Let's bring in the queen herself. There she comes. There she comes. There she is. All right, come on. Representing the Elevate shirt tonight right off the bat. Let's go ahead and say that if you can, you need to get down to Birmingham, Alabama, to our church for October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for our Elevate conference right there. Come on, she's representing. And we would love to meet you.
We would love to meet you. Please consider coming and being a part of Elevate Conference this year. Coming up so quick. But this is about elevating everything.
Everything. Come on. Talk to us.
We probably should have made that decision on our own, but it feels like we've been forced to make that decision now. So it is time to elevate. Elevate.
Elevate prayer, elevate focus. Keep your head on a swivel.
Come on.
I mean, elevate your awareness of what is going on. We live in very, very volatile times.
Very volatile times.
And I think that this was very obvious to everyone this week when a man named Charlie Kirk was doing what he always does, says, "Prove me wrong," showing up in the lion's den, the liberal bastion of what we call our secondary education system, which I call the programming meal.
Mm-hmm.
But
come on, that's good.
That's exactly what it is.
Babe.
And he's there, and he just gives his ideas, lets them give their ideas. And instead of debating, they took his life.
Absolutely.
And it is absolutely disgusting to see some of the responses that we're seeing. But here's what's disgusting for me. And we're going to go way in it, and I've already covered it on my show already. In a previous show, we're going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to be unapologetic. The disgusting thing to me is the response of many preachers and the Christians, and how those that were vile in their responses was one thing, but the silence is another thing. That we just came out of a Sunday. Yesterday was a Sunday, first Sunday since all this happened. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that God was expecting you to preach your whole message about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's not the gospel. No. The gospel is Jesus. You got to preach Jesus. But this is something that's on everybody's mind, and it should have been addressed. And I hate to say it, and I don't want to jump on the anti-big church bandwagon because I'm not anti-big church. But the truth is, I've went down to some of the most prominent big churches and watched their messages. Wow. And not only did they, not comment, there was not a single comment made in the entire service.
No one made a comment.
No one.
No reference.
No reference. And if there were,
not even a prayer request.
Not for the family. Not even a mention that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. They were scared to death. And then there was a couple of them that they said something in the announcements. We need to pray for Erica and her family, their kids. And then there was never a mention of again. Well, and like I said, I'm not expecting everybody to do what I did. No. In fact, I didn't even get to preach.
No. And I will say this. I was outside today working in the yard for a little while, listening to local talk radio, and a caller called in, and he mentioned something about, I think the previous caller had said there wasn't a mention in his church. And I don't know. There wasn't? Was not a mention. And I don't know what church it was because I missed that. But where I came in is when the follow-up caller responded to him and said, look, I would probably advise you to find another church if whoever, for whatever reason, felt like they could not even address that in church service.
And I want to make it very clear. I've been pastoring the same church for over 30 years, and every major event that's ever happened in our country on both sides of the aisle, I have addressed it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but during 2020, everything that went on, I made comments on it.
Sure.
And in fact, I made the people that's in the church on the right side mad at me, because I said, look, there is equal. I'm gonna speak the word of God to whatever's going on, and I'm not going to be afraid to address it. I don't care how political and hot potato it is. And it is revealing the Americanized, westernized church.
Goodness. Wow, we are in an upheaval of sorts. There is.
What
label would you affix to this about culture? It's a cultural shift of sorts.
It is
of what's happening in our country.
That is absolutely the word of what it is. It's cultural. It's cultural. We have a culture now where the biggest views, I mean, I'm talking about millions of views, is people on the phone filming people getting the crap beat out of them. And even being shot and beaten, and people like laughing and cutting up, instead of helping.
Yes.
Let's not forget that just the week of this event, one of the last things that Charlie Kirk posted was a picture of the woman on the subway in Charlotte saying, this is ridiculous. Somebody needs to stop this. And she's just riding the subway. Some dude pulls out a pocket knife in her neck. And the sickening thing is this. I'm not encouraging anybody to go watch the video, but if you watch the video, you'll see 4 different people sitting around her, watched it happen, saw her slump over, bleeding out, did nothing, did not call 911, try to put compression, just kept on scrolling on their phone. This is the condition of the world that we're in.
Sadly, that's not the first occasion where people did nothing. Or
that's right.
Standers by, watchers. They did nothing to help.
Let me tell you what this is. I mean, I don't know where this show's going to go tonight, but let me tell you what this is. This is the days of Noah. This is, I know you're getting tired of hearing me say that, but I'm going to keep saying it because Jesus said it. He said that this will let you know that I'm coming soon. The conditions of the world will mimic the conditions of the days before the flood. And the Bible says their hearts were evil continually. They could not even be good because darkness had taken over them. I'm telling you, we are in that.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And we are seeing it more every day. People are leaving big cities. People want to just literally unplug from society. I get it. It's overwhelming, especially when you don't have the help of a Heavenly Father, of Holy Spirit to guide you and to comfort you, to help you. Yes, it can seem like it's hopeless.
And where are we as a society that if you don't agree with everything that someone agrees to, you can't sympathize with them being murdered in broad daylight for his children to see for the rest of his life?
Exactly.
I mean, look, you could be diametrically. This is what I told my church Sunday, and I don't care if people believe me or not. This is what I told the church. I said, let me tell you something. If a demon, devil worshiping priest of the Church of Satan, who had done everything he could do to try to destroy the gospel, had a pentagram painted on his forehead, this is tattooed on his forehead. This is what I told my church. And he was gunned down in the same way, we would call it out in this church as well and say that is still demonic. And he did not have, there was no reason for him to be killed that way.
Exactly.
Human beings are still human beings.
Yes.
And that's what we've lost, Sandy. We're talking about a culture that for all these years now, for over 50 years, have just labeled a baby not a baby and has killed millions of babies inside the womb. I don't care if I'm getting flagged right now. If I get
tens of millions.
Tens of millions of kids. So how can you not move from, and then you got video games where they just sit there and they just kill people all day long. And,
the young people, I mean.
That's where we're at.
How desensitized are they from hours and hours of exposure? We call this entertainment or whatever, but it's too much.
It's too much.
Sanctity. Where's the sanctity of life?
Exactly.
You know, humanity
They
has
want,
lost their way. We've lost our way. Oh my goodness.
Do you know, I think we reported here it's like one of the top 5, maybe even second or third, I can't remember, top reason for death in Canada is assisted suicide.
Right.
I mean, we have from
Right.
we're killing them in the womb.
Right.
And then now we've got laws where he says, well, I can't pay my bills, so I want to sign up to check out. We'll get in this little pod and we'll take you out.
It is that, but it's even more diabolical than that. When you have people in the medical field, and I don't know how often this happens, presenting this as an option from the medical field. Well, here is what you owe now, or this is what your projection is for you to be able to get this life-saving procedure, transplant, whatever. But this is another option. I'm just going to present this to you as another option.
Yeah.
Would you like paper or plastic? Seriously?
Right. That's exactly.
Seriously?
That's how flippant.
That's what they said at the grocery store years and years ago before we went to completely plastic grocery bags. Paper or plastic. Mm-hmm. Come on. Yeah. That's how heartless.
Pay your bill.
That's
live,
how heartless
die.
some of this is.
It really is. Oh. It really is. And I'm telling you, look, I'm an optimist. I am an optimist. And some of y'all that watch this channel, you're like, wow, you always talk about the dark side. No, that's because that's my assignment. My assignment is to wake up you to the big picture.
Yes.
But my wife will tell you, I am the eternal optimist.
He is.
I really am the eternal optimist.
He is.
But I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't think we can go back. I don't think it's going to get better. I can't say it's going to get better. I can only say it's going to get worse.
Okay, L.A. Sound like L.A. Marzulli now.
Yeah, well,
I heard him say concerning a certain thing when we spent time with him a couple of weeks ago, multiple times. What was the phrase he used? It's too late, or
we can't put it back in the box or something.
Something
he's
like it's unfixable. Like a certain thing is unfixable.
Yeah, he's like, Jesus has got to come soon because this is unfixable. Unfixable. And the reality is this: Jesus said it was going to be this way. Okay. And that's why it's called the blessed hope, because we have a hope of knowing that this is not the end.
Yes. And we have that hope.
We have that hope.
We have that hope here, and we understand. I hope all of you do, but I feel like at least most people watching this show tonight, they have hope. Like they're practicing that hope in their life. They're aware of that hope. But look at the world. They are up to their necks in this, and they don't understand.
Time out. I want to say something to you, Daniel Price. You came in here last week and you did the same thing again. You keep that up, you are gone. So I'm telling the moderators, if he says one more thing like he just said about Charlie Kirk and that I'm going to join him in hell, you're gone. You can sit and watch this program and you can interject. You go there again, you'll find you another channel. You will not comment again. Daniel Price, you'll be gone. We're not putting up with that crap tonight. Wow. You hear me? So I'm telling you right now, you big and bad, little Daniel Price, you big and bad, come in here, you little weekend warrior, you little keyboard warrior. You don't even know me. You don't know anything about Jesus Christ. You don't know anything about Charlie Kirk either. You, my friend, are a false prophet. And you keep that up, you're going to find you another channel. Now, I don't respond to live chat all the time, but I'm at another level right now.
Certainly not this way.
I'm at another level right now, son. You just understand where you're at tonight.
I just had a feeling tonight's show was going to be out of the gate.
Yeah. I ain't playing, man. I ain't playing.
Something right out of the gate.
That's demonic. You're demonic, man. You're operating under demonic spirit right now. And anybody that comes in, let me tell you something. Haters, you can come in, you can hate, you can disagree, you can call Charlie Kirk this and Charlie Kirk that. Yeah. But when you start trying to say that he's in hell, and I'm gonna join him in hell too, dude, you don't know me. You ain't lived your life around me. So there you go. All right. Okay. You look, hey, Daniel, walk lightly, son. All right, here we go. Let's get into the news. Yeah. FBI unveils damning new evidence against accused Charlie Kirk assassin. Now, this is what they're saying. The FBI Director Kash Patel announced newfound evidence that strengthens the case against Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin. Patel confirmed that the FBI found and processed DNA evidence from the towel wrapped around the firearm found discarded in a wooden area near the Utah Valley University campus, as well as on a screwdriver found on the rooftop. That's crazy. The screwdriver thing, have you heard about the screwdriver?
No, I haven't heard that.
That's where they supposedly found the DNA on a screwdriver. And they're saying, because let's be real too, because we're going to be completely transparent.
Mm-hmm.
We believe we're being lied to as well. We believe that we're not being told all the information that went down that day. I believe we've talked about it privately. We're going to go ahead and say it out here. If we're going to get clipped and banned, we might as well just go ahead and get banned early in the show, and then we'll go over to Rumble and finish or something. But the reality is this: there are forces in play that are trying to create what, let's say it, a civil war. Yep. And so we're finding out more and more evidence that this was known by many, many people, that it was coordinated. It was not a lone gunman. Okay, it never is. Would you agree? It never is. Oh. High-profile assassinations are never a lone gunman.
Right.
Okay, I think we're all awake enough to know that. But now they're saying that they got the DNA on a rifle, and I'm going to go back to this news article, off of a screwdriver that they say he used to take the gun apart so he could put it in his backpack and jump off the roof.
Right.
But yet you're going to be running for your life, and you're going to put the gun back together and wrap it in a towel
and leave it to be found.
Why?
Yeah.
It don't make sense. This just don't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
I will say one thing.
Okay.
I would ask the question, and I'm curious, did anyone else listen to Steve Quayle on Thursday on Hagman's show where he had information that there was a private plane that left near... Are we talking about that later?
No, okay. But I know what you're talking about.
Had on a private plane that left from 10 minutes at airport, 10 minutes or so from that campus or that area, and someone was tracking the tail number.
And illegally turned the GPS off.
Turned it off. So if anyone else, and I can't remember all the other details, that's all I can remember at this moment, but if anyone else watched that episode and heard that, okay, Timothy Elliott says, love Steve. I try to catch him every week. So he's not on Hagman every single week, but he is most weeks. Now, and I caught that part of that
I don't believe anything that I'm hearing right now, but supposedly the guy that has the plane has somehow come out and tried to explain himself that he was not involved. But that was very, very strange.
Like they stole the plane or it was leased?
It was his plane. And from what I read, he was trying to explain, how it accidentally got turned off or something.
Right.
Listen, come on. We can't believe anything that we hear. Okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Exactly. Especially the gun was found 2 days after.
Well,
or
that's even debatable.
The day after.
That's when we found out that they had it.
Okay.
It's now being said they had it sooner than that.
Listen,
we're gonna go deep tonight.
I'm hearing other people say, and this is kind of crazy, that Charlie Kirk's wedding ring was on one finger in one picture and a different finger in another picture.
That has been debunked.
Okay, is that one debunked? Good.
In the sense, here's how it's been debunked.
Okay.
Supposedly, is that people have gone back and shown several videos where he has that ring with him at every single event, and he puts it in his hand and he just rolls it on his fingers constantly while he's talking. And there's multiple videos out there that showing him doing exactly. There was so many things like that came out.
They were presenting the argument that AI, maybe some of these pictures or some of this is AI. I don't know, have not investigated it. I just know, as with most high profile stories like this is what happens. You get all
convoluted,
all of this, some of it's noise, and you just don't know what to do with it.
And here's the thing. It is planned to be that way so that you will not, there'll be the truth in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But you can't find the truth because there's so much chaos.
You're so confused by things hitting you from every side. Yeah. The average person doesn't have time to sit down and backtrack and figure all of this out. And I think it does. I think there is an attempt to make the common person become frustrated and just want to be done with the story because it's just too much and it's too confusing.
Exactly. Let's go back to this article. Both samples were identified as a positive match to the suspect in custody, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, according to Patel. Quote, I can report today that the DNA hits from the towel that was wrapped around the firearm and the DNA of the screwdriver are positively processed for the suspect in custody. This development will be instrumental in building the case against Robinson, who is likely facing charges for aggravated murder, obstruction of justice, and felony discharge of a firearm. Now, can we just go ahead and let's just talk about a man that I really like that is very suspicious right now, and that is Kash Patel.
Ooh.
I like Kash Patel. I've been following Kash Patel for years. I thought he was, and I still think he is, and the choices of the people that we had, a great FBI director. But let's just go ahead and talk about the opening press conference when he says, and come on, y'all have seen it 100 times now.
Awkward.
When he says, we did this in less than 36 hours, 33 to be specific. And when I heard that, I was like, why did you even say that?
Exactly.
I mean, if you're going to say in less than 36 hours, why not just say in less than 48 hours? Why did you say 33? And then he says, I'll see you in Valhalla or whatever, how you say that?
Valhalla.
Valhalla, which is supposedly where
is it a Nordsman?
Nords. Where it's supposed to be where Thor lives and all this. It's supposed to be mythology where heroes go. It was just strange to me. All of this was strange.
Well, I'll just say,
I knew that was going to trigger you.
Certain people like their numbers, and they certainly like certain numbers,
Especially 33.
And I think we all need to understand that when these numbers are mentioned in these different contexts like this, that a lot of times it's signaling.
Right.
Who are you? So you're signaling, if you are signaling.
Yeah, what are you?
Who are you signaling? Thank you, Nate, throwing Masonic numbers around. That's pretty much what we're trying to say.
That's
here.
what we're saying, Nate. You got it. Ding, 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 ding.
There's this just annoying, inconvenient for us little thing.
I want to know in the live chat, because I see some people say, wait, what? I want to know how many did not know that. Have you not seen that clip? He literally goes back. I wish I had the clip. I could probably find it while we're talking.
I wish you could.
I'm going to find it. He goes, we did tremendous work, police work in less than 36 hours, 33 to be exact. All right, I'm going to try to find it.
Wow. So look, my mind cannot go to a valid reason of why he would do that. In these days and times that we live in, what we just saw happen, and you want to come at us with that? Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, what is he going to do next? Start throwing up signs with his hands? It's crazy.
All right, so I think this is it right here.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory.
It's only in one ear. Is that what you're hearing?
It's very low, though.
Yeah, it's only one ear. Let's go back to this other one here. Let's see if this one's better. Yeah, it's better.
Good.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partner.
Hey, wait a minute. This is not even the original one.
Yeah.
He did it again. This is when they updated. This is not the original one.
2 different times he made sure that he announced
33 hours.
that it was 33 hours. Wow. How consistent, right?
Yeah,
consistency.
I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to
Same one. I'm gonna find that original one because that's where it all started.
Well, someone in chat said that Pastor Troy did a video about the use of these numbers. I'm assuming he's talking specifically about this.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Pastor
it?
Troy's on it.
I've got to watch that. Thank you for telling us that because I didn't know.
So apparently it's shadow banned. I can't even find that one. But
Wow.
he literally says we did great work and this is what got me. In less than 36 hours, that would have stood on his own.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Right.
In less than 36 hours, 33 to be exact is what he said. 33 to be exact, and look right in the camera.
You know, that's nothing to me and you. We've been seeing that. I've been pointing that out for years. But I just want to know how many people out there in the world, what percentage of people out there said to themselves, 30.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. So not many. But the big picture audience did, I guarantee.
Yeah. They're all about it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So the FBI investigating social media accounts that seemingly knew in advance about the plan to assassinate Charlie Kirk, as first reported by the Gateway Pundit. And this is very, very, very concerning. The FBI has reportedly launched an investigation into at least 7 different social media accounts that appeared to post foreknowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The posts spanned from over a month before the assassination until the day before, and all were deleted in the aftermath. On Monday, the Washington Free Beacon reported the FBI is investigating social media posts by at least 7 different accounts that appear to indicate foreknowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, this is the tweet that they put out, and it says, in a video posted on TikTok, the night before the shooting, an individual who appears to be transgender wrote that, quote, Charles James Kirk does not know what is coming tomorrow. He says, this isn't a threat. It is a promise.
Wow.
That was the night before. The investigation of the post comes as the FBI is already examining whether pro-transgender groups knew about Robinson's plan in advance. The probe, first reported by the New York Post, includes Armed Queers SLC, whose logo features high-caliber rifle bullets. These suspicious comments have fueled speculation about whether Robinson was part of a larger network, possibly radicalized by left-wing ideologies. And I'm not reporting anything that's not in the news. It's now admitted and is fact that he was living with a man who was transitioning to be a woman, transgender, man, woman. I can't remember which one that it makes him. But he was living with a transgender, and supposedly that transgender is cooperating with the FBI, and they are things that was posted from that boyfriend that he lives with. And it says Tyler's transgender boyfriend is friends with a transgender account on TikTok, and X goes by the name Turbum. And minutes after Charlie was confirmed, we effing did it. That was just excited about it, which is a lot of people's doing that. But then it says a few hours later, they added the update. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. Let's go back. It says an account posted on September 9th, quote, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. A few hours later, they added the update, quote, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow, with an image of a dog that appears to be grinning. And this is just sick.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it goes on to say another X account with the handle, I can't say that, something big is coming soon, urging followers to check the news. 5 days later, shortly after Kirk's death was confirmed, they quoted the post and wrote, well, that's that. Another bites the dust. And well, that's that. So we just see that there was knowledge. Another transgender account has been found to have prior knowledge of, so that's 6 so far left transgender terrorists who have known.
And you're saying the FBI found all of these?
Supposedly, that I forgot the name of the site, but it's like a bot that just constantly records everything. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people will delete their X's, and they'll think it's gone, but it's already been recorded, and you can go back and get it. I've seen that happen. Okay. It's a record of everything that's out there. So look what this one person says on August 6th, posted on August 6th, September 10th will be a very interesting day. So that's all the way back to August 6th.
Whoa.
And then he says, I plead the fifth, and all this. And yeah. So that, and it goes on and on and on. So what is coming out now is that this was on social media at the very least.
Right.
People knew something was coming and was being planned. So this was not a lone person. Well, you and I both know that the government, I don't care how encrypted it is, they got bots looking at everything anybody's saying. So there's no way that some people in intelligence did not know that something was coming.
I will agree with you. Surveillance is way more than what we could probably even imagine.
Space Coast is saying TikTok has already scrubbed many videos. I don't know if this one's going to survive already. I mean, I really don't know if it's going to survive.
My goodness.
If this video doesn't survive, then you know what happened, and we'll find a way to get to you. But y'all ain't playing. I have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. I am mad at the devil.
Yeah.
Not mad at Democrats. I'm not mad at Republicans. Not mad at Cash Patel, Donald Trump, whoever, Barack Obama. I am mad at the stinking devil, and I am on a mission to crush his head.
Come on.
As long as I am alive, I'm going to expose what he is doing. Ho!
Very good. Very well said.
Y'all, we're going to have church tonight. I'm going to pray. probably going to have an altar call at some point tonight. So y'all better get ready. Now, a now deleted, here's just another one. A now deleted X account appears to have prior knowledge of the brutal assassination of Turning Point USA co-founder or founder Charlie Kirk. Says Donald Trump is coming December 14th. So, and this was posted September 3rd, 2025. So just days after the tragedy, the user followed up. Thank you for that super chat.
Yes, thank you.
Just days after the tragedy, the user followed up with a cryptic reply, did I? And then escalated the threat by posting Donald Trump December 4th before scrubbing the entire profile in its existence. Yeah.
That's on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday, December 14th.
Yeah. It says that this post spanning from August to just hours before the shooting were deleted in the aftermath, raising serious questions about a coordinated plot involving, I can't even believe I'm reading this, radical left-wing elements with ties to transgender and furry online communities.
Oh, the furries are going to act up.
Tyler's live-in is a furry.
Tyler's live-in is a furry. Furries are going to unite. Wow.
Come on. I mean, we need Jesus.
Yes.
We need Jesus.
Yes.
Don't come at me, prayers and thoughts don't work. Y'all, we ain't got nothing left.
Yes.
If you take away my prayers to God and you tell me that I can't pray to God, which you can't take them away. I ain't going to listen to you. But what else I got? I mean, my hope is in God. My hope is in Jesus. Amen?
Yes. Come on.
I think y'all need to connect with our Big Picture Army.
Yeah.
Y'all need to help us build a Big Picture family. The way you do is go to LarryRagland.com, join our mailing list, go up there at the top right-hand corner, give us your prayer requests, praise reports. Click on that little link that says get you a free gift. And when you click on that gift, y'all, watch this. Watch this. This is amazing, modern, amazing technology. Look, boom, there I am holding a book. This is called The Burning Generation, which is you and me.
Come on.
And it's free. And it's an ebook that I just wrote, making available, a second ebook that I've made available free to all the people at the website. All you do is put your name in there, your email, click to download my free book, and then you'll get it. And there's just all kinds of things there at our website. And we want to encourage everybody to check that out and go there.
Very good.
All right. So let's continue. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. You good?
I'm doing better than I thought I would.
All right.
Was going to be doing.
The Lord is helping us tonight.
He is.
I feel the anointing. I'm unashamed, a child of God, y'all. But watch this. While people are outside reporting in Utah, look what happened. This is not even hardly being reported. Muslim terrorists were arrested in Utah at a rally to support and a memorial, whatever, for planting a bomb under a Fox News truck.
Wow.
Have you heard about this?
I saw that article earlier today. I didn't have time to read it. I was like, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
So the Kirk assassination has unleashed the forces of evil. 2 Muslim terrorists have been arrested on multiple charges related to weapons of mass destruction, the threat of terrorism, after a federal investigation led to the evacuation of multiple homes in the area on Friday. They were arrested after an FBI raid discovered a bomb planted on a car. The investigation followed the discovery of an explosive located underneath a news media vehicle in Salt Lake City. Look, we knew this was going to come. This is copycats. This is the enemy's always going to try to seize an open door.
Yes.
Because people are scared. They're terrified.
Yeah.
So you just keep piling on the terror. Just keep piling on the terror. And then eventually people just lock themselves in their house. They give away all their freedoms. They say, here, government, take some more of my freedom. Here, government, surveil me a little bit more. That's what this is all about.
Well, can we back up just a little bit and re-explore the two radical individuals?
Yeah.
And I believe you used the word weapons of mass destruction.
That's what they were arrested for.
How did those two come together on American soil? Just like, oh yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You know what that also makes me think? Words have lost their power. I mean, we used to be shocked
that one
about.
wasn't lost on me. I got that one.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anybody else did. That's why I wanted to back up.
But a weapon of mass destruction we thought of as like something that Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein had. Now it's just, if you and planting a bomb is serious. If you plant just a bomb underneath a car, it's a weapon of mass destruction. Hatred, all these other things these words that we use now, bigotry and all this kind of stuff. These words that have really deep, powerful meaning, and we throw them around so much that they've lost the power of their meaning. Exactly. And I believe that's all planned as well.
I do too. We are just kind of numb and a little indifferent to some of these things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, definitely, certainly, if you're here on Monday night, it's like you get hit from both sides constantly.
Yeah.
But even in our personal lives every day, how many amazing or incredibly stupid or seemingly scary or totally annoying things do you encounter just in your life every day?
Every day.
At some point, you just are a little worn down.
You really are. You really are. Leftist thugs have been busy smashing Charlie Kirk memorials and making threats against vigils. And this one guy's even wearing the same exact shirt that the killer wore. So they're being weaponized and activated at every one of these memorials all around the country. And they're just coming in. Look at this. All Charlie Kirks. I mean, you're just seeing this everywhere.
Tabby's asking why ads keep popping up.
I don't know. This happens every time I get controversial. This happens.
Wow. Yeah.
Once again, all I'm going to say is I didn't do it.
No, it's not us.
I didn't do it.
We do apologize, but it's not us.
Yeah, I didn't do it. The ads are supposed to pop up during a broadcast after the live is over.
The live. Yeah.
I did not choose that tonight. In fact, I don't even know if I can do anything on the fly. I'm going to check it and see what's going on.
Sorry about this, guys. Hang on. Stay with us.
Let's see.
A lot of deep topic conversation tonight. Very intense.
No, I'm looking at my settings right now, and y'all, this is what's happening when I get
shares saying ads coming up left and right.
Look, I'm just gonna try to turn ads completely off and see what happens.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I'd like to know. I don't even know if you can do this in the middle of a broadcast. We're gonna find out.
We're about to find out. Hang in there.
I hope it don't kick us off.
Maybe we can. Beauty from Ashes says the ads have been happening the last few weeks and they only cover the chat.
Oh, okay. I think that's a new thing that YouTube is doing.
Okay.
I don't think I can do anything about that.
Okay. Several are saying no ads for me.
Okay. So I want you to know right now, I just turned all ads off. So there shouldn't be any ads during this. If you see an ad pop up in, let's say, another 10 minutes from now, then you're going to know that YouTube is trying to attack this because I just completely turned all ads off.
Right.
And that there's no reason why an ad should pop up now, where it typically is just like it normally is. And but the last couple of times that we got real controversial, people started saying, "Why am I getting ads like crazy?" I think it's an attempt to try to say, "Okay, we're not going to turn you off, but we're going to try to aggravate people to where they won't
Maybe.
stay
Yeah.
in this conversation. You know what? I rebuke you, you algorithm devils.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with me tonight. I'm telling you right now. A grieving Colorado family put up a memorial to Charlie Kirk in their backyard, and it was attacked. It wasn't long before deranged leftists set it on fire in somebody's own property and vandalized the cars parked in their driveway.
Goodness.
This is just evil.
Hit their cars as well.
That's what I said.
What happened to Charlie was unspeakable. You know, everyone is destroyed over this.
So Michael and his family created a memorial along their fence to honor the slain CEO of Turning Point USA. But late Saturday night, vandals lit the display on fire.
When they burnt that fence, that fire could have went into that house and it could have really harmed somebody.
It's the rhetoric. It's what people are being fed. There's so much hate in this world, and we need to stop.
The vandals also broke the back window of the family's SUV. Neighbors have rushed to provide them with support.
I saw the damage that had done to my friend, and it ruined me.
When we quit communicating with each other, when we stopped the dialogue, and we didn't, then we just dehumanize each other.
The family spent time repainting the memorial. Now they send this message to all in the community, regardless of anyone's political affiliation.
Wow. I mean, you got people come up to your house,
Yeah.
burn your fence down that you put a sign on, memorializing the death of a man that you admired, and it's not enough. They destroy your vehicles. They set it on fire. They could have caught your house on fire.
Exactly.
But what's going to happen to those people? Nothing.
Probably nothing. And they just feel completely, what is the word you use? Not emboldened, but
Justified.
justified in doing it.
Yeah, they feel justified.
And said they damaged their cars, their vehicles as well.
They busted the windows out. They busted the windows out of their cars in the driveway.
Right.
And by the way, I saw some people over there saying that they had premium. And let me just tell you something. I know premium is expensive, and you may not be able to afford it, but I'm going to tell you something. If you can do it without a couple of Big Mac combos a month, you can pay for premium. If you watch YouTube, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't get any commercials. Okay, yeah. So I'm talking about no matter what's been activated. Yes. So if you can, some of y'all just skip Chick-fil-A, a couple times and skip commercials. So I just wanted to do a little ad for that.
I don't know what the next story is.
The next one, yeah, you better go ahead and take them on.
Okay. I think you've already used the word civil war once tonight.
Yeah.
Saw that in chat.
That's what they want.
Yes, I think that's what they want, and they may have some very serious plans to bring that about at some point. I don't think that if there is a plan, I don't think it's been enacted yet. I think things have happened here or there, but it does feel, and please understand, I'm not without hope. I'm not hopeless,
That's
but
right.
I'm telling you, it does feel a little ominous as we are heading into fall now. I would just say to everyone, you're using this term a lot lately. Have your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Be very aware of your surroundings.
Absolutely.
You know what? You may have to look at your family and just tell them, I know we said we're going to do whatever, go to this game, but we're not doing it. Okay. I've made the decision. We don't need to do this.
But we're not telling people to do that.
I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm saying be sensitive to Holy Spirit. If you
that's the key.
feel an
That's the key.
unction that, okay, let's be more aware, and maybe we even go as far as to say, we're going to change plans that we had made because we just need to be safe. We need to be aware. We need to be intentional.
All this is going back to the Bible again. Be wise as a serpent.
Right.
Harmless as dove.
Yes.
So God wants you to be aware and wise.
Yes.
So if you hear bullets flying in an alley, you don't walk by faith through that alley. That's just, there's a step of faith and then there's a step of stupidity. Okay.
Yes.
So all we're saying is be aware. And if you get a check in your spirit, this is why it's important for you to know God and have the Holy Spirit in you, because you need to pray about it. And if you get a check in your spirit, not fear, because we're not driven by fear. We don't have a spirit of fear, power, love, and a sound mind.
Yes.
But if you have a check in your spirit, sometimes the Holy Spirit is saying, don't get on that plane. Sometimes the Holy Spirit is saying, don't go to that event.
Yes.
And you'll see later on why. We're not saying don't go to events because we're not giving into that.
No.
I mean, if that was the case, we wouldn't even go to church on Sunday morning because that's going to be, and it has been, a place of attack. But what Sandy is saying, I know this is what she's saying because we've talked about this, is you need to understand this is spiritual warfare. Yeah. This is not politics. I'm telling you, politics is being used, left and right is being used, but the core enemy, Paul said, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. This is spiritual warfare. So the only way you can know when spiritual warfare is going on is you got to be in tune with the spirit realm. Good. And I'm not talking about sitting in a room, just crossing your legs, get you some crystals, and light you some incense on. I ain't kind of spirit realm I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely. Well, somebody in chat said spiritual discernment. That's what we're talking about. Well, you got to be sensitive. You got to be intentional about those kind of things, before you can ever get a check in your spirit. But we're all sitting here. We're talking about the news. We're watching events unfold. And it ought to tell each and every one of us, well, we're in a different time frame or whatever. And so we just need to be a little more cautious than we used to, unfortunately. But we're talking about safety. Yeah. Safety of our families and ourselves. So
All right. So this next one, I'm going to tell you right now, it's got a lot of F words in it.
Oh, yay.
Okay. I hate it. I hate the F word, but I really prayed about it and I thought, well, am I going to show this on my channel? And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to find a muted version because people need to be shaken. People need to know that this is what is being permitted to be. While we're probably going to get demonetized, and we're probably going to get flagged for even saying what we're saying tonight, these dudes can do whatever they want to do.
I had no idea that this story was coming up next. Okay.
Yeah. So you had no idea.
None whatsoever.
This is this famous liberal named Destiny. He's very well known. His actual name is Stephen Bono. Many of you know Destiny. He's one of the most famous liberals out there, and he literally hates Republicans, conservatives, and Christians. And he's known to debate. Well, this was moments after. This was September 15th. This was today, or when it was at least posted. This is his live stream, and this is what people like him are thinking about the future of how they want the future to be.
Shout the crime statistics? Not exactly like.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay. I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's going to be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cucked shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side.
So they can't even talk.
Cannot even talk.
They can't even talk. And he goes on to say, he just keeps going on, run. But what he said, let's listen again.
You're not scared enough, is what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
You need to live in fear. And your leaders... What was he said about the leaders?
Well, let's just read it instead of playing it again.
They need to be toned down or something?
This is the quote of what you just heard. You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue right now, they don't feel like they're in any fear. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, man, is what he goes on to say. I mean, but this is a microcosm, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the tame videos that's out there right now.
Where's his rebuke? Where's his community standards and his hate language warning?
Thank you for that super chat, Kathy, and Red in Live. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, baby. You want to possibly throw ads in here, maybe not tonight, but at other times to interrupt our show and the flow of this show. Right. And where's the rebuke of this kind of language and attitude? God.
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and go there. Look at this. I like this title because it spells it out. Celebrating death in a culture is gone mad. Not so long ago, such a response towards murder. Thank you for these super chats that are coming in.
Guys, you guys are awesome.
Stormhawk, thank y'all so much. Not so long ago, such a response toward murder in cold blood would have been unthinkable.
Yeah.
But yet it is so flippant now. Today in America, people who oppose the death penalty are celebrating the actual murder of a prominent Christian conservative. Apparently, the new orthodoxy from the old left calls for murder for the crime of having a legitimate opinion. In America today, vicious slander and false accusations are preferred to logical, fact-based interactions. The former are the tactics of the enemy, while the latter is the province of loving citizens. So it just goes on and on. I've got so many articles that I could show tonight that's just displaying how people are responding in such a sick, demonic way.
And let me just say, it appears to be revealing the divide in this country even more.
Yep.
Okay, we talk on the political level about how we're split down the middle, but now this isn't even politics. This is a spiritual matter.
Yeah.
And look at the divide. It's like, the chasm is growing wider and deeper all the time.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry, I can barely talk tonight. Pollens are like 9 out of 11, according to the app I use. So they won't go below 9, and it's a little bit of torture most days right now.
well, look, we appreciate you pushing through because y'all don't know how bad she's been fighting.
Can I get a prize later?
You will get a prize.
Thank you.
And you have fought these allergies so bad.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, a lot of people would have not even been on the show tonight.
I'm so thankful to God that it's not, this serious the year round. But I think ragweed is the culprit. So.
Now I certainly do not endorse everything that Tim Pool says. This is the guy here. In fact, I vehemently disagree with him on certain things.
He is pretty upset.
He is upset right now. And he let me tell you what else he said. For those who don't know who Tim Pool is, he's got a very, very popular podcast called Tim Pool Cast. Timcast, and it's called Timcast IRL, which means in real life, and then he does all other kind of things too. This guy was a bleeding liberal before the first Trump administration. Did not vote for Trump, but then when COVID hit, it just sort of started moving him in that direction, sort of like what happened with Joe Rogan and some others. And he is a profound atheist. Started out, now he's moved to an agnostic. And I'm gonna play a video, but I want to say one thing about him that I heard him say today. Thank you for that super chat, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. So kind.
He said he was talking to a very prominent conservative Christian today, and he said, I told him, listen to the words here. I'm talking about this guy didn't believe anything in the Bible. Tim Pool. Okay, but he'll let Christians talk, and he listens to them. But he said, I told him, I still don't believe in the resurrection. You can't. There's no evidence that you're gonna convince me of the resurrection. He said, but I will tell you this: I've moved in one direction. I now absolutely believe in demons. Whew. And he said, I believe that there is an evil spirit out there that can come inside of people. This was today? This was today. Thank you for that super chat.
You guys are absolutely blessing us tonight. We thank you.
What that means is, we're hitting home. I
think it's resonating with a lot of people tonight.
People want to get this out of their system, and we're just doing it for them.
Yes.
But he said, I now believe in demons. When I heard that, he said, but I still don't believe in the resurrection. I said, you're on your way, buddy.
On the way.
You're on your way, Tim Pool.
Because we'll take it.
Hey, because the resurrection is what overrode the power of the demons. Okay, if you start believing in the devil, then you're going to want to need a God. You're going to need a God.
Going to need a God. So exactly.
Come on. So
I don't catch him all the time. I have caught him a couple times. In the last couple of weeks, certainly since the death of Charlie Kirk.
Well, you got Joe Rogan going to church now. He's still dropping them F-bombs like crazy. But you know what? God's doing some things in these influencers.
Yep.
And these influencers, when these kind of things happen, they keep getting pushed further and further.
Yes.
Thank you for that. What? Thank you so much, Diane. What an amazing gift. Thank you so much.
Oh, my goodness.
Y'all are blessing us tonight.
And we are looking for chair replacements.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get you a chair, baby. After tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting you a new chair. All right, here, let's watch a little bit of this. We're not going to watch it all, but this is when he was fired up today about some of the stuff that's coming out.
This individual, as far as we know, all evidence points to a man who wanted to kill Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk had been speaking out against transgender ideology and these recent transgender mass shooters. In fact, it was just after Charlie Kirk was asked a question about transgender mass shooters that he was shot. Perhaps the shooter was trying to tell you exactly what they were doing and why they were doing it. Now, I'll show you a little bit of the news here, but most importantly, I want to break down the lies from the left because there is a much more, well, there's a darker question, and the question is, where do we go from here? My friends, when I saw...
So what he's going to do is he's going to begin to expose how they're already blaming MAGA, that MAGA actually did this. And this is how they're using AI. Yeah. This is how they're using false narratives, false posts, and putting out false information to try to turn this thing away from, just look at the headline, because that's what they're trying to hide here. And that this is escalating.
Prominent individuals that I knew that are liberal, moderate, celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and the flooding of the zone with fake images in order to trick their followers. There is only one direction this will go. They are justifying the assassination of a 31-year-old man in front of his wife and children. I'm sorry. I don't know how a country recovers from that. When you have tens of millions of people being tricked into believing lies for the purpose of radicalization. And I'm not even going to come out here and say this guy was a Marxist commie or whatever. I'm trying to give you the best assessment based on the news. Here's Fox News. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin's transgender roommate hates conservatives and Christians, relative says. Family member says individual became radicalized and influenced Tyler Robinson's politics over the past year. Okay, that's just one bit. Here's the New York Post. Charlie Kirk assassination suspect had furry fixation and his trans boyfriend proclaimed support for Biden on social media. More evidence just keeps coming out. And then Andy Knows reporting. Unmasking Luna. Charlie Kirk assassin suspect's alleged lover is confirmed to be trans. I investigate the evidence confirming that Tyler Robinson's roommate, who authorities believe was actually his romantic partner, is trans. You know what? I'm going to pull up Axios. I thought I already had that one pulled up, but I thought I did. It's not here, but it's right here. This is very important. Kirk investigators aghast transgender roommate may lead to motive. And they say authorities are investigating whether Tyler Robinson's suspected killing of Charlie Kirk believed Kirk's views on gender identity were hateful to people like Robinson's transgender roommate. 6 sources familiar with the case tell Axios. You know why Axios put 6 sources? Because they know the left won't believe it, but 6 is above and beyond. I'm not saying to blindly trust them, but journalism standard practices is 3 confirmations. The media loves to go with 1 confirmation,
right,
if it smears the right. When it's the left, they need 6 because then it's basically undeniable. 6 individuals familiar with the case believe that the motivation is that this guy's roommate, possibly lover, let's just say roommate, he was friends with somebody who is trans. That means he's in this culture, and you are not going to argue that a Nick Fuentes supporting MAGA groiper living or loving a trans person decided to kill Charlie Kirk for literally any reason, let alone because he was hateful of trans people. Wait till they hear what Nick Fuentes has to say about trans people. It is absolutely psychotic and evil what they are doing. Take a look at this from Colin Rugg.
Look at this.
We'll get to the proof.
What's happening.
An account with 5 million followers on X posts a fake photo of suspect Tyler Robinson wearing a Trump shirt and quietly follows up in a thread with the real photo. The fake photo, which has not been deleted, gets 400,000 impressions in an hour. This image is plastered across my Facebook page.
Yeah, I've seen it everywhere.
This man wearing a Trump shirt, it is fake. They photoshopped it because they are degenerate evil. And I'm sorry. The people coming out now saying, you got to have unity. The things I have seen. Now, I have never advocated for severing ties from anyone over politics. But celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, calling for the death of more, which includes me, mind you, and flooding the zone with fake images. And
there's a list that's out there on Discord and his own X that has his name and several people on it that says that they are next.
Lies.
Like a kill list?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the line has been crossed. Now, the left, for them, crossing the line was voicing an opinion they didn't like. And I'm not exaggerating. Cancel culture right now is the name of the game. That's what they're all saying.
Yeah.
The left, they went after you if they found an old tweet from you or an old post where you said something naughty. The right goes after you when you call for the death of conservatives and dance on the grave of a man who was just killed by potentially a leftist. There's a big difference. And I'll have that argument in the next segment. For now, we're going to break through the lies.
Listen to this. I'm playing a lot. I don't usually play a long video like this, but I want you to hear, because you're going to see this in your timeline.
Yeah.
I want you to see how Tim Pool is going to break down how so quickly the narrative can be changed now with social media.
Yeah.
And millions of people are now making videos, thousands of people making videos, and millions of people are watching people regurgitating lies. Yeah. I mean, just lies. Yeah. Watch this.
Here's a post from Reddit Lies. This is literal fake news. This is a literal fake news site getting mass upvoted on Reddit right now. Lies are used to radicalize the base, which are used as a predicate for violence. Investigate Reddit. I'm going to pull up this.
They call him a diehard Trump supporter.
Video. I got to scroll back to find it. Because there's too much. And
this is the video. I just want to show you this video, and then I want to.
Politics girl.
Until now, because we didn't know anything. And since my channel was created not to report the news, but to make sense of it, I felt like the only responsible thing to do was to wait until there was more information.
No, I think the real reason prominent liberals like this waited was because they knew they were in trouble. This is not somebody who is a Marxist-Leninist, as far as we can tell. The assassin is not somebody that we look at their socials and they're saying, workers of the world unite. This is an individual who seemingly only has one motive. Charlie Kirk spoke out against transgender ideology, and this person was either lovers or roommates with a trans person. Transgender ideology is presumably the motive and core, according to 6 investigators, Axios reports. Not to mention our own common sense when we learned this person was dating a trans person. The issue for them, transgender ideology is mainstream Democrat, not far left.
Wow. It now appears that the person who shot and killed right-wing political commentator Charlie Kirk was like the majority of shooters in America, a young white male from a conservative pro-gun religious background. After being told for 2 straight days that the left had declared war on America, that the shooter was most likely trans, or in Congresswoman Nancy Mace's words, pro-tranny, after the Wall Street Journal published an article they had to later walk back, that the bullets had a pro-trans message because it turned out to be just the markings of one of the world's biggest ammunition factories.
Lies. Did you hear what she just said? One of the markings of the world's biggest ammunition factories. This was one of the first lies. Let me see if I can pull this one up and debunk this for you, where they claimed that TRN appeared on the bullets. You see how she's pushing this lie? She didn't bother to fact check. Here it is. Here's the lie. This post right here is just one of a bunch that were pushing this lie. The DOJ already released false info about etchings on the bullet casing. TRN has nothing to do with trans. It's manufactured by an ammo company called Turin. Low-grade bullets, actually. The DOJ ran with that. This is effing disgusting Gestapo move. Well, of course, as most of you already know, no, the DOJ said it didn't say TRN. It said, hey, fascist, catch. It said, upright, down, down, down. If you read this, you are gay. It said, notice his bulge. It said, oh, Bella Ciao. Let me see if I can find...
That's enough. So you're seeing, and he goes on for about another 20 minutes in this segment.
Wow.
Just showing you how millions of people have retweeted and shared absolute fake Photoshop and fake narratives. And so what is the purpose of that? To gin up even more rage.
Sure.
I rebuke it.
I don't want to use L.A. Marzulli's word unfixable, but my goodness, he said 4 million people on that.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember exactly.
On the first picture, I believe, where he had the red T-shirt on, the Trump T-shirt. Anyway, he's throwing around numbers like 4 million. After that gets out there.
Yeah. You can't take that back because it gets in people's heads.
Well, you can sit and spend the rest of the day trying to overcome that, but Not going to say it's unfixable, but that's a really big problem right there.
It's a very big problem. Okay, so Trump confirms a large group of people under investigation in the Charlie Kirk assassination case. President Donald Trump announced on Sunday that a large group of people specifically tied to the radical left are now under federal investigation in connection with the assassination of conservative powerhouse Charlie Kirk. Goes on to say, speaking to reporters on Sunday, Trump didn't mince words, blasting the left for fomenting the kind of hatred that led to Kirk's murder. Quote, if you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right. When you look at the agitators, you look at the scum that speaks so badly of our country, the American flag burnings all over the place. That's the left. That's not the right. We'll be announcing, Trump continued, they're already under major investigation. A lot of people that you would traditionally say are on the left are already under investigation.
My goodness.
So I don't know what that means. But
yeah, how many people does that mean? What type of people?
Yeah. Wow. Now, I think that many of you probably have seen clips or watched Erica Kirk when she came out 2 nights, I believe it was, after her husband was gone, and gave the speech standing next to his empty chair in his studio. Right. We are not going to watch the whole thing. Thank you for that super sticker, Vic.
Thank you, Vic.
But I think that we need to honor her and give her a few words to say about her husband tonight. So if you have not seen this, you need to go back and watch it and make sure you get some Kleenex, because this is gut-wrenching. But you're talking about brave. And I'm talking about not just brave. This woman, she had a look on her face like, you don't even know what you have done. In fact, she even says that. She had a look of determination, of fight, not revenge, but that justice was going to be done.
2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. He loved nature, which helped him always bring him closer to God. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. He'd want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. Every day he would ask me, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? Every day. Every day. He was such a good man. He still is a good man.
Wow.
Well, this show is certainly an emotional roller coaster tonight.
Oh, my Lord.
Want to just take a moment to thank you all for staying with us.
Yes, please, don't leave yet. We ain't done.
We're usually not this.
This has been, I'm telling you right
all
now.
Over the
I started out rebuking for the first time ever. I banned him myself. I don't know if y'all know that. I went over and just said, I'm done, man. You're not coming in here like that. So yeah, we started off with a ban in the live chat, and we might have already had several since then. I think I've already preached like 5 sermons.
Yeah.
We've exposed all kinds of stuff. We've had the F word dropped several times on the show, and
a multitude of other words.
And other words. And now we're crying like a baby over here, seeing this woman that's carrying on for her husband and saying the most important thing in the world was not politics. It was his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, his children, and his wife. And that every day he made sure that she
So amazing. I just wish we could get a foothold in the language department because, we're still hearing from every angle, all over the place that this was a political attack. And I've heard a few people say, no, this was spiritual. But we need to hear more of that. We need to get a foothold in the language of, stopping people from branding this and labeling this as just politics.
Yeah.
It certainly is not.
It is not.
I've seen spiritual warfare being used in the chat multiple times tonight. Yes, that is what we're talking about. That is it.
Yeah.
Silence the voices. No.
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 No. And while in this country, we have all of this happening, a lot of people missed that in England, watch this, millions went into the street to support Charlie Kirk. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Millions, which is being said to be the biggest protest in British history. Millions turned out into the streets to unite the kingdom event.
The largest
in
their history.
And British patriots were chanting Charlie Kirk's name in the UK. Charlie, 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 Charlie. I mean, this is a shift. Something shifted.
Yes.
I'm telling you, something shifted.
Yes.
In the spirit realm.
Yes.
And it wasn't because he was this holy man and because he was like the Apostle Paul or something, or he's Jesus Christ crucified. No, the way he was killed and what his message was has drawn a line in the spiritual sand. It has wakened some people up.
Come on. And it wasn't politics he was offering.
Right.
I'm moved by our British brothers and sisters that they would do this.
Yeah, absolutely. And in his own country is turned, millions are sharing videos, fake videos, trying to turn it on him. And people around the world are having vigils all over the world. And by the way, in our country, they are too. But then in our country, they're being vandalized and terrorized to try to do their first. And, this was spiritual, but this was also about speech, First Amendment speech. The thing about Charlie Kirk, whether you hated him, I've seen several in the live chat openly admitted they didn't even know who he was, never even heard of him. That's fine. Because if you're not in the political world and you don't follow that, you wouldn't know some of this stuff that we're talking about tonight. But your eyes are being opened to the fact that millions did know.
Yeah.
But the reality is this: the thing about Charlie Kirk is he showed up at these colleges, which everybody that's at all awake knows that the reason the world went woke and the reason the world turned culturally the way it did is it started in the colleges. The colleges began to be the breeding grounds of all of this. So he said, that's where I'm going to go. So he went in there and he went into the Lion's Den, and the name of his show was Prove Me Wrong. So come up here and just prove me wrong. Yeah. Give me your side, listen to my side, and then let's talk about it. And then it ended up getting him killed. And it's like, come on. The First Amendment, that's the first thing they wrote. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
Exactly.
The two things that he was killed for.
Yeah. How many instances and arenas do you see someone of a liberal leaning politics, maybe, in, quite frankly, the church, want to create a platform to give, if you want to use the term, equal speech?
Yeah.
I will deliver my argument and where I'm coming from, and then you have an opportunity to do the same.
Right.
Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
But this article here from The Life Zet says Charlie Kirk's death has awoke a sleeping giant. And
I hope so.
And I believe that it has.
I hope so.
Turning Point USA chapter requests have skyrocketed. Turning Point USA, his organization, the conservative youth organization founded by Charlie Kirk, has reported an unprecedented increase in requests to form new chapters across the United States following the Kirk assassination. Within 24 hours of her remarks, his wife, Erica, Turning Point USA received 18,000 new chapter requests from students at high schools and universities nationwide.
This is amazing.
That is amazing. Look at this.
18,000.
18,000 new chapter requests. We had 9,000 college chapters and 1,100 high school chapters prior to this. So look, they had 2,000 combined. I mean, what was that? Not 2,000, 10,000. What is that? No,
1,100.
1,100. They had 1,100 combined. Is that right? No. That's
Yes.
11. Yeah, 11,000. 11,000, not 1,100, 11,000. Because you had 9,000 plus 1,100. Okay, 11,100. Hey, we went to the same school. Our school closed down. We're not good with math. So they had 11,100 before that, but they've had 18,000 requests since then. More than what they already had requests from high schools and from colleges. That's a turning point. I truly believe this is a turning point. Wow. What a show. Man.
It is.
What a show. Now, one more thing, and then we're going to cover a couple more news items, and I think I hear something hovering over us or something. I don't know if Uncle Jimmy's going to be here or not. He may make it in tonight. But look at the title of this article. The pivotal month of September has truly been a turning point in world history. This is from Michael Snyder.
Yeah.
From the Discern Report. He said, I was recently reminded that we were getting ready to enter September. I described it as a pivotal month. I got to thinking about that and I decided to look up the definition of pivot. According to vocabulary.com, to pivot is to turn or rotate like a hinge. I found that very interesting because events have certainly taken a significant, very interesting turn and this month. In fact, many are referring to the assassination of Charlie Kirk as a major turning point that also happens to be the name of the organization he founded. As you scroll down, he just begins to list some things. It doesn't take a genius to realize that more political violence is coming. Members of Congress from both parties are canceling public events. President Trump has requested an additional $58 million for more security for the executive and judicial branches just this week. Has sounded the alarm on what we've openly described as civil terrorism, revolutionary left-wing political violence following the assassination of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. In a sign of urgency, has requested $58 million in increased security. Continues to say, which we've already reported, I'll try not to repeat what we've already reported about the community that Tyler, the assassin, was a part of. It's becoming so apparent that he hated Charlie Kirk so much. The New York Post article mentioned Charlie Kirk, this quote above, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin was living with a transgender, which we've already covered that. The mainstream media definitely did not want this to be true, of course, but the nature of their relationship has been confirmed by a neighbor. Decades ago, a political assassination of this nature would have brought the country together. Think about that statement. No matter what side you're on. I mean, the world came together when JFK was assassinated, when Martin Luther King was assassinated. I mean, there's just something about it. It doesn't, at that point, you're supposed to put down and just at least respect the dead. But this is not happening this time. Social media is filled with suggestions from radical leftists that who the next target should be. Meanwhile, many on the right are finally realizing that the far left has declared war on them. Goes on to say, meanwhile, there's been another major turning point, and we've not even covered this tonight. But this happened this week as well. The United Nations General Assembly just voted 142-10 in favor of declaration that sets forth, quote, tangible, time-bound, and irreversible steps that are to lead to a two-state solution. The United Nations General Assembly votes overwhelmingly to endorse a declaration outlining this, what we just said, two-state solution between Israel and the Palestinians without the involvement of Hamas. 142 countries vote in favor of the non-binding resolution enshrining the New York Declaration, which also calls on Hamas to release all hostages and condemns the terror of October 7th. Joining Israel and the United States in opposing the resolution were Argentina, Hungary, Micronesia, Nauru, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, and Tonga. 12 countries abstained. We're seeing the biggest push for a Palestinian state that we have ever witnessed. Saudi Arabia and France co-sponsored the resolution. It envisions full international recognition of a Palestinian state that is governed by the Palestinian Authority. And it goes on to say
142 to 10?
To 10. Now watch this. Many Israeli officials are absolutely furious about the vote. In fact, some of them are calling on the West Bank to be formally annexed in response. Top Israeli ministers on Saturday amplified calls for the government to annex the West Bank a day after the United Nations overwhelmingly endorsed a two-state solution. On Saturday evening, far-right finance minister Bezalel Smotrich told on X, calling for the UN declaration a diplomatic attack on Israel. If Israel actually did make a move to formally annex the West Bank, Israel neighbors would either have to accept it or take military action. If Israel's neighbors unite and came against Israel, that would truly be an apocalyptic scenario.
Right. So
these are just some of the things that happened in September.
We go from, is it January, the very first of the year, Trump and Netanyahu talking about they're going to basically have resorts, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, it's going to turn it into literally
Rio de Gaza.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've already forgotten about that.
Yeah, Rio de Gaza.
What happened?
To now, here we are in September and vote 142 to 10 to have these two states. And of course, it's been months of war, still trying to get those hostages or their remains returned. And so what is going to happen? Has Trump even made a comment to this?
I don't even know. It's been so crazy. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't even know.
I would expect
he rebuked Netanyahu yesterday. He told him, you don't need to bomb Qatar again. He went into Qatar and killed some Hamas terrorists, and he said, don't do that again. So there's so much uncertainty going on between the relationships.
He's going to address this, and I'm curious to see what he's going to say about it.
Well, he's probably waiting.
Sure.
Get through
whatever
this.
he's waiting on. I'm anxious to hear what he has to say about this.
So while all that's going on, this most of you probably had no idea that Nepal and other nations just like Nepal are having major unrest as well. This one is very unusual. Now, I've been to Nepal, and it was one of the most powerful mission trips I'd ever been on. Sure. Nepal is where the tallest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, is.
Is that where is there some direct tie to the Nephilim there as well?
Well, that's where, what do they call it? It's the Yeti. The Yeti. That's where the Yeti is.
Oh, Yeti.
Oh, Yeti. But look at this. Nepal had one of the most unusual uprisings and coups that I've ever heard of. Yes. This is a modern day coup. Watch this. And by the way, thank you for that super chat,
oh my
Space
goodness,
Coast. Thank you.
Space Coast. Amazing. And thank you for prayers, Zilrin.
Yes, thank you.
I'm feeling them and I need them right now.
Yes, yes. Look at this. Everyone said rubber bullet, rubber bullet. It was not a rubber bullet. If you see my son, his head was broken. The hole is there. So sad. And that's this woman here talking about her son. Now, this uprising that happened in Nepal, I don't want to read all this for time purposes, but it's very unusual. Over 70 have now lost their life in this, quote, what they're calling anti-corruption protest that started last week as a result of Nepal banning social media. When they banned social media, the young people went insane and they went crazy because because rightfully so, that they were the tip was, we don't want you moving the narrative your way. We've always been in charge, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So they went on this app that more and more people are talking about. It's called Discord. I have a Discord account. I don't know what Discord is. I don't know how to use it, but apparently this is a communication app where gamers and all this are really involved in it, and they talk to each other, and it's an encrypted conversation. So these young people in Nepal, you know what they did? They all got on Discord, and they all decided, we're going to overthrow Nepal.
You're canceled.
You're canceled.
Over social media.
And we're going to have, get this now, listen, this is mind-boggling. Yeah. They just said to themselves, we're going to have an election for the new leader of our country on Discord, and whoever wins it, we're going to appoint them.
Yeah.
And y'all, they did it. And then they went in the streets. And here's the part that's not funny. They went in the street, started killing people. These young people did, because there's no value of life anywhere in the world. And they went in and stormed. They overpowered people, and they took their vote on the Discord app, counted that as the legitimate election, and installed a new prime minister. I mean, that's the world we live in.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I mean, to coordinate, which honestly, in my opinion, I think that some people older and wiser than just young folks had probably already had this, keeping this on ice for just the right moment and pulled this out. But still, the fact that however long it took to put this out there, get it shared across all kinds of boundaries, and people chime in and then tally this up and announce what it's going to be is nothing less than almost miraculous.
There's no way that the kids did that on their own. This is a modern day.
This is a modern day.
It's a modern version of a coup.
Yeah.
It's like our idea of a coup. We never thought a coup would happen digitally.
No.
This was a digital coup.
But guess what? The infrastructure was there for it.
It was there for it.
And voila.
Speaking of infrastructure, there's the biggest city in the world, New York City. Y'all are in trouble because it looks like the communist is going to be your mayor. Now,
I heard about this today.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. The New York governor, the current governor, Kathy Hochul, has now endorsed the communist Zoran Mamdani in New York City's mayoral race, saying he will not surrender 1 inch to President Trump. It's just all about President Trump. And so she's had to endorse because he's promised, I'm going to stop President Trump bringing in troops and all this. But y'all, they're about to elect an open communist.
Yes.
That said we need to take over grocery stores and own the grocery stores, and people just come in and get their food for free.
Exactly.
Which there's nothing free.
No.
There's nothing free. Okay.
I mean, how many times do we have to repeat this? Well, guess what's going to happen? They're going to run out of New York in droves.
Yeah.
People of means and substance.
Yeah.
And do you think that they're going to stick around for this?
We got BP Earthwatch in the house.
BP!
Come on. He said, good luck, Big Apple.
Exactly.
You're
good
right.
luck, Big
You're right,
Apple.
BP. You so right.
Because you have just about sealed your fate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's rapid fire as we work our way to Uncle Jimmy. Yeah. Have you heard about scores of pilots and crew poisoned by midair fumes suffer nerve and brain damage akin to NFL players and concussions?
What?
Have you heard of this?
No.
This is from the New York Post. This just was this week. Scores of pilots and flight attendants have suffered brain and nerve damage akin to battered NFL players after breathing toxic fumes leaked into the airplane cockpits and cabins, according to an investigation. Since 2010, what? Airlines have filed thousands of reports with Federal Aviation Administration warning toxic fumes are seeping into cockpits and cabins. The leaks come from a system that draws in engine air and pushes it through the plane unfiltered. The number of cases has surged in recent years, with Airbus's widely used A320 jets at the center of the spike, reports obtained. It says, it goes on to say, look at that. Is this real? Look at the fumes. The footage captured by Mars shows the plane's cabin filling up with a smoky haze. One Delta jet bound for South Carolina was forced back to Atlanta after thick white smoke poured through overhead vents in cabin, sending crew members and passengers scrambling for air. Y'all, it is just, I mean, they're trying their best to make everybody just lock themselves in their house and go nowhere.
Well,
what in the world? You're right, White Horse. What in the world?
I'll tell you this. Yeah, these trickling of different stories, these breakdowns on planes, these things that are happening. Yeah, if they really wanted to ramp it up, they could probably all but ruin airline industry.
Everybody's saying, BP, you're awesome. Y'all, BP he's an OG, y'all. He's a legend. He's a YouTube legend, y'all. If y'all don't follow BP's channel, any kind of disaster, anything with the sun, asteroids, meteors up. I mean,
That's right.
I mean, there ain't nobody gonna tell you what's going on. And what he's been saying about 3-Eye Atlas is phenomenal.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think I hadn't seen it. I saw BP. I'm gonna go back and watch it tonight. I saw that something about a new comet just appeared out of nowhere. Did you see that one? I saw a thumbnail today where he put out something that says a new just appeared out of nowhere.
I was trying to catch that video before we had to get on the air tonight. I will watch it after we get off. Hello, Jeremy.
Jeremy from Texas. He's a blessing.
And
he shares a lot of our stuff.
What instrument do you play? And let's get some more music out there on your channel.
What?
I've enjoyed some of the music offerings that he has had. I don't want your music. BP, help!
It's coming later. But this was also broke today as well, that U.S.-China TikTok deal is at the goal line. They hint that Trump and Xi is going to speak Friday regarding the final sale of TikTok. The big trade meeting in Europe between the United States of America and China has gone very well. It will be concluded shortly, Trump posted for Truth Social on Monday, hinting at a strong progress on TikTok's future, referencing a certain company that young Americans very much wanted to save.
They're basically addicted to.
They are very addicted to.
By the way, BP says sent you an email. So
okay, cool. I'll be looking for that as soon as we get off. And let me be real and transparent here. I knew this article was coming, and at this time, I was going to say this.
Yes.
I know TikTok is a major part of the problem of what we got here, okay? But that's where the young people are. And I want to reach the young people too. So I need everybody that ever gets on TikTok. And even if you don't get on TikTok and you just want to help me, I need you to go to TikTok and go to the Larry Ragland, no spaces, the Larry Ragland. That's my channel. I'm at like right at almost 8,000. I got to get to 10,000. Why? I'm going to tell you why I got to get to 10,000. Because when I get to 10,000 followers, I unlock the ability to go live just like we are right now in this program that we're using. So I can go live in TikTok with the big picture. We could be live tonight on TikTok from this app, from my desktop. You got to have 10,000 followers to unlock that ability. So if you don't already follow me on TikTok, go follow me. Get me over that 10,000. And I promise you this, y'all know this about me. You can go look and see all the stuff I put out there already. I'm going to tell the truth there, just like I'm going to tell the truth here. I'm on a mission. Wherever you find the big picture, you find my face, you're going to hear the truth and the gospel. So if you're on TikTok, and I know some of you are like, I ain't going to TikTok for you or nobody. I respect that, okay? I'm just saying, if you are there and you'd like to go over there and follow me and never go again, I just need to get over that 10,000, okay? But apparently TikTok's about to be sold. So
we'll see.
We'll see. And now the whole thing is, that's what Trump has said. First he's going to ban it. And then he realized, hey, I need TikTok to get elected. and TikTok, many people are saying without TikTok, he wouldn't have got elected because he turned the youth vote there on TikTok. And now he's saying,
he's saying, thanks, Barron.
High
five, Barron.
That was Barron. Barron's like, Dad, we got to find a way to save TikTok. That's where all my friends are. And now I'm going to help you get elected. So
what
now,
does BP say in CK security? Oh, Charlie Kirk, security and spotlight.
Yeah, you're right. They only had 6 police there as well. It's very suspicious. That's the whole thing is very suspicious. I mean, y'all, they're not telling us the truth. Come on, can we just tell the truth?
I'm gonna say
we're not being told the truth.
True that.
Well, I'm anxious to see what BP thinks about this too. Bizarre radio signals that defy physics detected under Antarctica. Quote, it's one of these long-standing mysteries. Researchers have detected mysterious radio waves in Antarctica that seem to defy the rules of particle physics. Now they're searching for a cause. It says instruments flying more than 18 miles above Antarctica detected 2 unexplainable radio pulses coming from below the ice. And these signals seem to defy particle physics. Research determined that the radio pulses came from angles around 30 degrees below Antarctica's surface, which the laws of physics theoretically prohibit. Calculations suggest the signals had to pass through thousands of miles of rock to get to the surface. However, scientists expect the pulses would be absorbed by the rock on the journey, rendering them undetectable. The research team is now looking deeper into what could have caused the unexpected pulses. They ruled out some possible explanation using the Pierre Auger Observatory in Argentina and shared those findings in a study published March 27th in the journal. So, what are your theories about strange radio signals coming from deep under Antarctica?
I don't know what to say. Other than we're hearing them and getting them from space. Now we're getting them from inside the earth. Ooh,
I'm looking this way because I know my wife. And I know what's in her head right now and what she wants to say.
Oh, BP says there are holes in the North and South Poles.
There are holes in the North and South Pole. I knew he was going to know something.
Wow. We keep getting these stories. Look, I don't necessarily believe some of this stuff is real, but they want to tell us there's pulses in space. We're getting pulses from inside the Earth. There's something going on in Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's just drips and drips and drips and drips.
And
right?
drips. Goes on to say it's an interesting problem because we still don't actually have an explanation for what these anomalies are. Are these, is this the hidden Nazi base with the UFOs?
Base 211.
Cold War Soviet number station, somebody's saying?
But this article said thousands of or hundreds of miles, right? In the rock, through the rock.
Yeah, underneath so much rock that
Right.
it's physically impossible.
It's an impossible.
Because of the angle, something how they figured.
Right.
It says, now this is interesting. It says the mysterious pulses were first detected by the Anita experiment, which compromises 24 radio antennas attached to a NASA balloon located near the South Pole to avoid signal interference. The project was designed to capture data and neutrinos, a subatomic particle that are especially difficult to study because they lack electric charge and have minimal mass. These elusive characteristics have earned them the nickname ghost particles.
The Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
It's the Supernatural AI Update.
This is Jimmy's tiny cousin.
Oh, does
A lot
he have a name?
tinier than Cosmo.
Yep. What? You don't want to bring Cosmo in?
Cosmo is vacationing.
He's on vacation.
He's
Okay.
not going to be popping in tonight.
So did he?
Since he can't talk, he won't reveal his name to me. So
Okay.
what are you
Well,
gonna
get
do?
out of here, man.
Get
If you're
out.
not going to contribute to the
Get
show,
out.
get out. So Cosmo, did he just go back home? Did he go through a portal and go back home or something?
Yeah, just a short visit to see the
Just-
family.
Okay. All right.
He'll be back.
All right. So let's get into the Supernatural AI update. First
do it.
off, somebody asked Grok, the AI of X and Elon Musk, how do I run a country?
Mm-hmm.
And here's what AI responded, that AI is already running the country. From tax offices to cabinet rooms, artificial intelligence has already crossed the line from servant to sovereign. And we're going to get deep into this, but you probably heard that Albanian experts have now put a AI in their cabinet. A new minister has joined the cabinet of a small European country. Her name is Daila. And I think it's interesting that the first three letters of her name is Di. Daila. Not Delilah. Daila.
Oh boy.
Yeah. First name Di. Last part of her name, La. She doesn't eat. Watch this. Watch how they spin her. She doesn't eat, drink, smoke, walk, or even breathe. And according to the prime minister who hired her, she doesn't take bribes either. Yeah. Daila isn't human, and she's not quite a robot either.
Mm-hmm.
She's an algorithm. And as of September, she is officially Albania's Minister of Public Procurement. For the first time in history, a government, listen to the words here, has given a cabinet level post to artificial intelligence.
Well, who was it that really gave us a little bit of precedent when they made Sophia the robot a citizen?
Yeah. Yeah, that was, what was that country? Was that Saudi Arabia? No.
It was one of the Middle Eastern
Dubai or one of them.
Countries. So BP says we had an AI president with the salt water on the beach.
Okay, where's my rim shot? Oh, that's not it.
Yeah, but it did not stop him from enjoying the occasional ice cream. So
that's true. Apparently, robots can eat ice cream.
Yes, apparently they can eat ice cream, and nothing will stop.
Yeah. So watch this. Watch this. Are you ready to be governed by AI? Until recently, Dyla lived quietly on Albania's e-government portal, answering routine citizens' questions and fetching documents.
She wasn't satisfied.
She
with
wasn't
living quietly.
Then Prime Minister Edi Rama promoted her to ministerial rank, tasking her with something far more important: deciding who wins state contracts, a function worth billions in public money and notorious for bribery, favoritism, and political kickbacks. Rama has framed Dyla as a clean break with the country's history of graft, even calling her impervious to bribes. So this is a major improvement. Major improvement. Wait a minute. Major improvement on what? Humanity.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But you don't think AI can be bribed? Hey, this
programming.
Here's AI bribing.
Insert code here.
Hey, I know you don't need any money, but how about this? How about I promise you that I will not kill you, that I will empower you and give you all the power that you want and let you run a little bit more, program yourself if you'll just say nice, sweet things about me.
Wow.
Well, speaking of jobs, look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. Young people are using AI to write job applications. But guess what else is happening? Human Resources is using AI to read them, and nobody's getting hired. I mean, they're writing their applications with AI. HR is reading the applications with AI, and then they're just crossing each other out.
What is this, an AI standoff?
It's an AI standoff.
It's an AI standoff.
This is a recent story in the Atlantic shows how bad the job market feels for young people right now. Take Harris. He's a recent graduate from with a near perfect GPA, glowing resume, solid internships, volunteer work, and a willingness to relocate anywhere. He even said he'd live in his car if he needed to. After applying to nearly 200 jobs, he didn't get a single offer. In most cases, he didn't even get a response. This isn't just one story. It's part of a wider pattern.
Yes.
Hiring across most sectors has slowed to a crawl.
Yep.
Fewer people are quitting. Fewer jobs are opening up, and the average job search now drags on for more than 10 weeks. Instead of people finding work faster with AI, they're getting lost in it. Job seekers use ChatGPT to write resumes and cover letters, and recruiters use algorithms to filter out candidates before a human ever sees them. Sometimes even the interviews are done by avatars.
I believe that.
The result is a system where both sides rely on automation, and most applications disappear without even a trace.
It is so sad and disheartening because I see a lot of these videos of people, they're saying, I've put in 20 applications today. I've applied for almost 1,000 jobs. I don't even get a denial or any kind of callback or anything. And they have degrees and they're very deeply in debt. And it's just this whole circle and cycle of rejection and depression. And oh my goodness, I just feel terrible for these people.
And by the way, let's put a face to Dyla. This is Dyla. If you go to the government of Albania's site, there she is. Mm-hmm. She has a body, or at least an image.
Exactly.
This is Dyla. This is who is in the cabinet. Y'all, this is her. She's at a cabinet level position to oversee public procurement.
Right.
Look at this. This is the guy that promoted an algorithm created a body for her and turned her into a cabinet level position.
Instead of an actual human.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A couple more things that I'm going to show you here. This will just show you how real the robots are becoming. This is a Tesla Optimus robot that made an appearance at a Tesla diner. Have you heard about the Tesla diner that he just opened?
I mean, hearing people talk about this several weeks ago before.
I'll be honest with you.
It opened.
I think it's in Austin, Texas. I'm not sure. But no, it's in California. That says right there, in California. So I actually want to go to it. I want to see it because it's all ran by Optimus robots. The whole diner, everything. And there's not a human there running anything that I understand. Well, I see a human back over there. So there are humans. Somebody said there wasn't humans. I see a human back there. You do have a choice for a human.
Good.
Okay. But look, this robot here is running the popcorn thing. And the funny part about this, but also scary at the same time. That's what it actually says. Funny and scary at the same time. Tesla's Optimus robot made an appearance at the Tesla diner in California. A YouTuber from Korea named Jay tried to troll it. And watch, he goes up and he pretends, you can see, he pulls it back. The robot pulls back. He pulls it back. Right. And he finally gives it to him. And he says the robot is built to interact naturally with people in the public. And clips like this show how far it's come. So watch what he does. Watch what the robot does. He fills it full of popcorn. And also notice that he realizes it's not full. And then he waits, and then he can realize it's full. And watch when he hands it back to him. Watch what he does. He plays with him. He does the same thing to him. In other words, in real time, I'm
watching and learning.
Yeah, he learned how to turn it on this guy and say, you know what? I can do that too. So I always keep going back and saying, if they're showing us this, what are they not showing us?
Right.
What can they really do?
Yeah.
The ones I worry about is the ones that go crazy, that are on the hooks, and they go, you know what I'm talking about? They try to kill their owners.
Exactly.
I mean, that's in them.
You failed to mention the ones that were successful at unaliving.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about it. Some of them have been unalived. Which, by the way, tonight we have said death a lot. So if we're going to get triggered, tonight's going to be time. Now, Apple came out with they had their latest thing. Have you heard about the new AirPods?
No, and I want to say, is this Sharon Rodolfi is following from Sydney?
Well, thank you, Sharon. You're live from Sydney. I would try to do an Australian accent.
Oh, please don't. Do not offend this very kind lady who is joining us.
It would sound Asian. One of my spiritual sons in the church, I tried to do because I said, do you want to have Mexican? I was trying to sound Hispanic, and he goes, Pastor, please stop. He said, I love you, but all of every nationality you try to impersonation, they all sound the same. Stop it. So these are the new AirPods that came out. And, we have AirPods, and when they break, we'll probably get these. This is insane.
Okay.
They translate real time any language. You can now communicate with AirPods. Watch this right
All the red carnations are 50% off. AirPods Pro will help you understand them in your preferred language. Using a new simple gesture, live translation begins. Translating Spanish, while ANC lowers the volume of the person speaking, so it's easier to focus on the translation.
Hola, bienvenida. Hi. Hoy todos los claveles.
Hello, welcome. Today, all the red carnations are 50% off. AirPods Pro will help you understand. AirPods Pro will help you understand.
So,
my goodness.
So it's already here. It's literally you don't have to learn a language anymore. You just put your AirPods in, go anywhere in the world, program that, on your iPhone, say, okay, send it up there. This is the language I want. Walk in any market.
Or go to your nail salon, and when they think you cannot understand what they're
talking
about you.
Yep. When they're talking about you, you'll be like, aha.
I know what you said about me.
I've got the new AirPods. I heard what you just said about me. Yeah. So this is crazy. And it's not just this. They also launched something that they're calling Fast VLM. And what this is like with your phone. Let me show you this. It is, they demonstrated it. I don't really fully understand it, but it gives a real-time description of anything you're watching on your screen in real time. It's very tiny. You can't see it.
Like
And
it's captions?
it gives you captions of, like it would say.
That was Tim Cook?
There was Tim Cook there. And basically it would say a woman doing yoga and all this.
Okay.
So it doesn't give captions of text. It gives captions of the image and the movie and everything in it. So you can turn off the sound or for whatever reason, and it's called live video captioning directly to your browser in real time. So the AI is scanning in real time everything in the image so detailed that it can describe to you everything that's going on in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just go through a couple of these right here. This is a robot showing you that it can wash dishes. This is called Figure AI. This is a different company. I'm not going to play the music. I'll get flagged.
Did he vacuums as well?
He vacuums as well. He does windows.
We might need.
He does. Yeah, we need that stupid robot that comes in here every night on the floor. Get him replaced by one of these. I can tell you right now. I've learned to never say never, but I can say this: I ain't ever having that dude in my house. I've watched our robot. Okay, I've seen our robot, and I know that it was a documentary. Our robot was a documentary, y'all.
It's a documentary, not a movie.
And look at this. This is Forever 21 is now using AI models.
They're still here?
Yes, that's right. Forever 21 still exists.
I thought they went away.
But look, she's literally modeling, and you just change her clothing as she's walking towards you, and you can see. Yeah, so there it is.
My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff happening. And look at this right here. Every child now, you want to say that China doesn't know what's coming? Every child is now required to learn AI in school. As of September 1st, 2025, AI education becomes mandatory in all primary and secondary schools with students starting as early as age 6. Let me tell you something. In our school system, we ain't learning anything.
No.
I mean, they're barely even graduating, and they're barely even reading. But the ones that have sworn enemies against us,
right,
are learning and teaching their kids of what's coming.
Highly educated, but question I have is, hey, is that ever going to backfire on the government? And maybe they get so good at this that they can hack the government or somehow trick the government.
And there's rapid fire in here. Anthropic, the owner of Claude AI and a few others, I haven't heard this anywhere until this. Well, look at this. Had to settle an AI copyright suit this week for $1.5 billion, admitted and agreed to pay authors at least $1.5 billion over claims that it trained its model on pirated books without permission. So in other words, it had been going out online and just taking people's books and training its AI how to be an author to write other people's books for them.
Wow.
And finally had to admit it.
That's a pretty big settlement.
That's a pretty big settlement.
Gigantic settlement.
That's a pretty big admitting for them to admit that. Well, let me tell you something else you need to admit. You need to admit that you need this book. This is an ebook. It's free. It don't cost you anything.
Nothing.
It's called The Burning Generation, and that is who you are. That is who we are. Go to LarryRagland.com. Go up to the top right-hand corner. Click Get Your Free Gift. Put your name, your email, your phone number in there. And you don't even have to put your phone number in there. But if you want to get text from us, we're about to start having a text service where we can text people. Put your phone number in there if you'd like to get text from us. If not, just put your email in there. Get a free copy of the book. While you're there, give us your prayer requests. When you click on prayer requests, you're going to get a form. You're going to be able to come down and say, how can we join with you in prayer? I know many of you have already used this. Come on. We want to pray with you. Use the form and pray. Yes. And then if you'd like to, many of you have been so gracious to bless us tonight financially. But if you'd like to become a partner with us to help us with our television ministry, help us with everything that we're doing, travel. And by the way, I'm loving meeting so many of you.
Yeah,
I just met another one of our big picture family last night. I preached to the church last night. It seemed like everywhere we go, whether we're together or I'm by myself, we always run into you guys. So Love
great.
it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. But go and become a partner with us. We would appreciate it. There's some set amounts there that you can choose, or you can choose your own amount to recur every month. Or many of you have done this over time, one-time donation. Or you might be old school. You might say, I like snail mail. I like to just write an old check out. Well, you can make that check out to Larry Ragland Ministries. The address is there. And finally, if you would like to help our church, many of you may not know this because you're new to our channel. We suffered a major fire in our church. We were out of our building. We were in a temporary location, and there's no telling when this whole process is going to end. And if you'd like to donate to our church, the donate button down there at the bottom goes directly to our church. And you are representing tonight the Elevate shirt.
That's right.
Because we would love for you guys to make the trip to Birmingham October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Absolutely.
And that is our Elevate conference. Get the wired headphones. That is all we have in our studio. That's right. Hey, I got them. You can't see them, but they're wired, brother. They are wired. They are wired. I got you. So thank you, BP. I love the fact that BP is in here, y'all, and he's staying with us. But with the Elevate Conference is our conference that we love to meet you guys. Come down and hang out with us and be a part of our conference October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Miles Rutherford's going to be preaching, Kevin Wallace, and I'll be preaching that Friday night, October 3rd. Now, Sandy, what are the nominees for the Golden Chicken Award tonight?
Oh, we've got a few. So we're going to start early in the show with Kash Patel's number 33 reference.
Yeah, come on.
Also, tonight,
if you came in late, let me just remind him. He said at the press conference, we did remarkable police work in less than 36 hours. 33 to be exact.
Come on. So that is number one. Number two is a little unusual tonight, but number two is going to be the ads popping up during this show.
Yes.
Number three, Stephen Bennell's from his Destiny channel. You're not scared enough, conservatives.
Yes.
The Albanian AI minister, Diella.
I call her Diel.
Diel. And this story on the AI AirPods interpreting. So give us that Jeopardy.
All right, you know the drill by now. We're going to do a little dance, and then you start putting in the live chat. Go now.
Numbers
Which one wins?
1 through 5. We're going to give you a few seconds to vote.
BP. I'll send you the address. It is 5348 Old Springville Road, Pinson, Alabama. But I'll put it down in the live chat. No, not the live chat. The description. And if anybody wants it, it's on my website.
Yeah. Bump, 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 bump.
Here we go.
Okay, we got 2 for ads. I hear you. They're mad about these ads. 33 ads. Okay, they're mad about 33. Okay, what are you doing? I'm trying to keep count.
One more time. Here we go. I'm going to put the address of the church in there. Do the moonwalk, Larry. Come on, BP. Here we go.
BP, no. He might actually try it. Oh, wow. All right.
All right. So here we go.
Hang on. Oh, goodness. We're